Hello and welcome to my Friday forecast. So let's take a look at the euro as usual. The euro is still ranging, so still it's in this range. It hasn't broken out to the upside or to the downside, so I classify it as ranging price action, and I'm looking for the same thing as I was looking yesterday. So a big push to the downside, then an entry or a big push to the upside, and then an entry. Also, I would like to see a push, pull back another push, then look for a long trade, and same thing to the downside, so a push, pull back another push, look for a short trade. We can also get a descending structure, so something like this, then a push to the upside, look for a trade. Or we can get a nice clean ascending structure that breaks the high, push to downside, look for a trade. But what I can forecast is the most likely that we will just continue ranging between the low and the high, since I know that the euro likes to range for a really long time, so that's what I can expect. And we also need to keep in mind that there are liquidity areas. So there are liquidity areas below and above the range. So right here is one, and above there is a liquidity area. And we need to see what happens when the price reaches them, because we know that there are a lot of stops here from the people going short, and there are a lot of stops here from the people going long in this range. So if price just pushes and retraces straight away, then I know that we will proceed to be back in this range, and there is no movement, so I want to be sitting on my hands some more. But if price just pushes to the upside and then pauses right here, then I know that we have broken out of the range and that the price is ready to push to the upside. So yeah, that is it for the euro. Nothing really happening, really just a slow market. Now let's move on to the euro and the Japanese yen. So what I can see right here is that we are also ranging. We were in this ascending structure. Right here there was an ascending structure, but then it just turned out to be a larger range. Not a larger range, it turned out to be a range at the top. So we broke the low, retraced, and currently we are stuck in this range. There was an opportunity to enter on a short trade from this point, but I didn't enter that because we created a V reversal. I wanted to see more of pausing price action, so more of an ascending structure to entry, because I'm looking for only high probability trades. And at this point, I was seeing this bigger ascending and a smaller ascending at the top, so that to me signaled a high probability trade. We then broke the low with momentum, got a nice close, but we then got a V reversal. We got this, so I wanted to stay out of that market because the pullback to entry point was too steep and just created a V. And I know when we see a V, we can just get this range. So what I can forecast is that we will continue ranging between the low and the high. What I would like to see is a push to the upside, look for a trade, or a push, pull back another push, look for a long trade. We can also get this ascending structure. Then I would look for a push to the downside, look for a trade. Or I would like to see a nice big push to the downside, also look for a trade. Or a push, pull back another push, look for a short trade. And we can get a descending structure, then a push to the upside, look for a trade. What I also need to keep in mind is that there are liquidity areas above and below, since we are ranging right here. So we need to see what happens when the price reaches the liquidity areas. Does it just push, then pull back, or does it go to the upside and give us an opportunity to enter? That's it for this pair. Currently I classify this as a ranging price action. So now for the Aussie and the US dollar. Currently this is also ranging, and we are in this larger range. So we are breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the lows, retracing, breaking the highs, retracing. And what I can forecast is that we will just continue ranging in this area, especially because it is the end of the year and we know that the volatility is not that high during this period. So I need to be a little bit more patient with this pair. I need to see a big impulse to the upside, look for a trade, or a big impulse to downside and look for a trade. I want to see the price move away from this ranging price action. Or I want to see a push, pull back, another push, look for a long trade. Or to the downside, so a nice big push, pull back, another push, look for a short trade. Or what I would also like to see is a nice clean ascending structure. Then a nice impulse to the downside, look for a short trade. Or I would like to see a nice clean descending structure, push to the upside and look for a trade. But currently we are just ranging, and to me this is not high probability price action, and I need to see a nice big impulse. Okay, so moving on to the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So the final pair, currently what I'm seeing is, so there was a missed trade, which I totally didn't see because I was asleep and I wasn't paying attention. So right here we saw an impulse push to the upside, then we saw a pullback, then we saw continuation, and at this point I want to see only a combo to enter on a trade because I'm looking for only high probability setups. So I would not be taking a straight retrace to the entry point, and the entry point would be here at this level because this was the most recent high. So what we then got is we actually got a pullback and we got a combo trade. So there was a pause here. It wasn't just a straight retrace to entry. So this to me is a very high probability trade and it fit my plan 100%. So it was right here. But unfortunately I missed it. So it is a missed trade. Then what happened is we pushed to the upside and got an ascending structure. So we got this, and then we got this nice impulse to downside right here. And at this point I was seeing this bigger ascending. So I was seeing this actually, and the smaller ascending at the top, so right here. And I saw this nice push, nice impulse push to the downside. And at this point I wanted to see a nice combo to the entry point. So the entry point would be here at this inside bar, so right here. I didn't want to see a straight retrace, so this to me would be no trade. But if we get the push, pull back, another push, so this would be a combo trade, I would definitely be looking to enter this short. So what we then got is we got a straight retrace to entry, so that was a no trade. We didn't get a pullback anywhere, so I didn't enter. Currently what I can forecast right here is that, well, currently we are moving to the upside, but we broke and retraced. So we broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced. I would expect actually a larger range right here, something like this. What I would like to see is a nice big push to the upside, look for a trade, or a push, pull back, another push, look for a long trade. We can get this ascending structure from here, then a drop to the downside, look for a trade. So something like here, but I want to see a cleaner pullback than this. This was just a V reversal. Or we can get a nice big push to downside, look for a trade. Or push, pull back, another push, look for a short trade. And we can get just a descending structure. So something like this. Push to the upside and look for an impulse, and then look for a pullback. But yeah, currently to me this is just looks like it's going to be ranging, since we did break the low and shot to the upside. Then we broke the high with a large wick, so signaling to me a range. So I need to change this. To me this is currently So ranging price action. And I'm sitting on my hands, I'm waiting for a better opportunity, especially because it's the end of December, so I only want to be taking high probability trades, and it's Friday, so there is a little chance that I will be entering any more trades, because it is so late in the week, and on a Friday I usually don't take much trades. So yeah, that's it for the forecast, and I will see you in the next one.